can see all day. Okay, you're welcome. No worries. Glad I could help. Okay, goodbye.
Hi guys, there we go. How are we doing? Everybody good? We will just get started here. Let's see, everybody feeling good? We're gonna use weights and a squishy ball if you have one. Does everybody have a squishy ball?
I've got one.
If not, get one, because we can do a lot with the squishy. Oh yes, Robin does. Kathy, do you have a squishy ball? Hillary, do you? I can't see you. Jen does. I'm gonna give you some options with the squishy ball. You don't have to have it, but I'm gonna give you some options. You've got a block, Kathy, that's good. Okay, I'll give you some options, but if you do want to get one, it would be fun to be able to use that. We're gonna start standing. We don't need our ball, just our weights. All right, I'm gonna kick my mat off to the side, so we'll do a little balancing. Straighten this out. Okay, so feet about hip distance apart. Oops. Okay, so standing nice and tall, shoulders down and away from your ears. Heels pressed into the ground. Feel that length through the backs of your legs. So lifting up those quads at the front without locking your knees. Pelvis is neutral, so no tucking one way or the other. Ribs tight around your center. And then from here, just nice and controlled, we're gonna open our arms out to the side and then hold them there. So have little bends in your elbows so you're not locking. And then just circle them around. So just small circles. Go for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then go the other way. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, turn your palms to face one another, arms come together, and then open them right out. Arms together, and reach. So go 8 like this. In, and 7. In, 6, exhaling wide, 5, reaching, 4, 3, 2, and then go one more, open out, stay there. Now bend your elbows, pull them into your waistlines, and then reach above shoulder height. So not straight up, but out on 45-degree angles from shoulder height. Inhale in, exhale, reach. You can keep your palms facing forward, go 6. And up, 5, reach, 4, reach, 3, 2, and then go one more, exhale, right up. Hold them up there, now just bring them down by your side like you're making a snow angel, and then go back up, reaching way up. You can go straight overhead this time, and then all the way back out. Up. And then open. Good, go for 4 here. Reaching and control, still don't let those elbows lock. And wide, last 2. And wide, and then go one more. You're going up, open, and then stay there. Give those shoulders a little bit of a roll down. Feet still hip distance apart. I'm gonna show you the side view. See the top of my head. You think I would have this sorted out by now? Okay, so staying there, feet are hip distance apart. You're gonna step your right foot back. So step at a comfortable distance behind you. so that when you hinge forward, your left leg, your left knee stays over your left heel. So just kind of find your sweet spot there. Hips are square, shoulders are square to the way you're looking. And then from here, you're gonna reach your arms straight up overhead. So reach fingertips away from that right heel. Take a breath, nice big breath. And then you're gonna bring your arms back as you bring your leg in. So arms come, or like hands come just above your hips, and then reach back out. Reaching long, and then pull in. Gently tapping those right toes down, reaching long, pause, pulling in, arms back, pause. Go for 6. Notice if your weight is shifting to the left, try not to let it. Think of that left knee squeezing toward your midline. Reach. Left knee stays in line with your left middle toe. You've got 4. And back. With those arms, 3, reaching. And in, last 2. And in, you're ready, one more. Reach long, tapping in, and then reach out and stay. Hold right here, keep those arms reaching. Bend your left an inch, and up an inch, just small. Go 6, and up. 5, just bending this left, and extending hips, stay square. For 4. 3, shoulders are relaxed. Long necks, 2. Last 1, up those inches, bring those arms back behind you and stay there. Hands are above hip height. Bend your elbows and extend. Bending your elbows. Now each time you extend those arms, press into your left heel. Don't actually move, but just give that extra press through your left heel to keep that left glute engaged. I'm sure you feel it. Go for 4. Remember, you should be able to wiggle your left toes around. 3, 2, exhale, press. 1 more, exhale, pressing those arms back, bend them in, step your right foot in, stand all the way up. I'll show you the front view for this one, and then give those legs a little shake out. So we're gonna bend back down again, this time bending your elbows to 90-degree angles, still hinged forward, core is connected, ribs stay tight around your center. From here, give an extra press into your left heel again, and step your right out to the side. So holding there, take a breath. Elbows are just a couple of inches away from your waistline, and then step in. So exhale, inhale in, so trying not to move laterally. Exhale out, inhale back. Go for 5, and in. 4 more. Back in, go for 3, and back, last 2. And back, ready, 1 more. Open out, stay there, pulse down an inch and up an inch. Now, as you go down, open those arms and in. Go for 6, down and in. Think of your tail shooting straight back behind you. If you have a wall behind you like I do, try to get that tailbone closer to the wall. 4, elbows stay pretty still. 3, and in, last 2, and back, last 1, down, in, step those legs together, stay low now, stand up, extend those arms, and then bend down. Exhale, and down, go 8, exhale up, inhale down. 7, pressing evenly into those heels, and bend. Last 5, remember your core connects as you stand. 3, press. Last 2, press. Last 1, up. Give those shoulders roll down, take a breath. So we're gonna flip, same thing, other side. So we're gonna start feet hip distance apart. Step that left foot back. Remember, find that long line, top of your head reaches away from your left heel. Right heel is approximately under your right knee. You should be able to wiggle your right toes around, right? Arms overhead, take a breath there. So really reaching that left heel away from your fingertips. Now come all the way in, arms come back, and then reach back and reach. So thinking stability here, not letting your weight shift to the right. Keeping that right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. Reach. Oh, I did the wrong way. There you go. Reach. And then in. Go for 4. Reach. And in. 3 more. all the way, and back. Last two. Abs deepen in, and then go one more. Stay there, keep those arms reaching, bend your right an inch, and up an inch. If you feel your upper traps up here, just bring your arms down, that's fine. Down and up. If not, keep those arms reaching. You've got 4, 3, press through that right heel. Remember, you should be able to wiggle those toes. Last one, up those extra inches. Stay with your arms behind you, palms down, open, and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Open, little squeeze, go for 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze. Last one, squeeze in, step that leg in, stand all the way up, and then we'll move right over to the lateral kick. So again, bend your elbows, 90-degree angles, have your palms facing one another, straight down. Remember, upper body is hinged forward, you're not arching your back, core is connected, stay right there. Extra press into that right heel, we're still thinking about our right glute, and then kick out. So holding when you're out there, take a breath. Lengthen your spine, keep that tail reaching from the top of your head, and then just pull in. And back, try not to move to the right. And back, you got it. 6, light touch, and in. 5, light touch, and back. 4 more, and back. 3 more. Keep that core connecting, don't move to the right like I was there. Last 2, and in, ready, 1 more. Out, staying there. Most of your weight is in your right heel. From here, down an inch, and up an inch. We're gonna open those arms down, and in. Down, and in. Go for 5. And in. 4 more. Elbows stay pretty still. 3. And in. Last 2. Tail is shooting right back behind you. Remember, touch that wall back there. Last one. Out. Back in. Stay there. Make sure those feet are hip distance apart, and then come right back up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. And go 6. Exhale, press through those heels. 5. And press. 4. 3. Feel that core connect. Last 2. Connect. Last 1. All the way up. And then give those shoulders a roll in. Give those legs a little shake out. And then come down onto your mat. We're going to lie on our back. If you do have a squishy ball, keep it handy. Keep your weights handy as well. Let's see here. There we go. All right. So feet about a distance apart. Upper body is nice and relaxed on the mat. So feel that your shoulder blades are flat, your collarbones are wide, your pelvis is neutral. So your hip bones square to the ceiling, just barely touching your heels with your fingertips. And then keeping your shoulder blades flat against the mat, reach your arms up to the ceiling. So with your arms up here, just take a breath and notice, are you here? That is protraction. Are you here? That is retraction. That should feel terrible. Or are you right in the middle? Are your shoulder blades neutral? We want to stay here, so not here. That's where most of us will want to be. Not here, just neutral. And then keep your shoulder blades like that. So we want our shoulder blades to stay flat against the mat. We're going to reach both arms overhead. So as you move your arms, nothing else changes. And then arms come up. So arms, and then arms press up. So inhale back. Ribs stay tight around your center. Exhale, press. Inhale back, reaching. Remember here, when your arms go overhead, your ribs automatically want to lift. Don't let them. 2 more here. Watch that neck. Keep your gaze straight up to the ceiling. Back of your rib cage is heavy towards the mat. Last one, reaching. Press all the way up and then stay. So hands above your shoulders. Belly button towards your spine. Press through your heels. Lift those hips. So holding when you're there. Knees are reaching away from the top of your head. From here, we're gonna drop our hips, ribs come down with you, and then exhale as you press. Now reach those arms at the same time, so arms, hips. Inhale, arms, hips. Exhale, press. Go for 5 like this, inhaling down with your hips, reaching those arms, press everything up. Go for 4. 3, up, last 2. Last 1, inhale down, exhale, press all the way up and then stay there. So feeling your shoulder blades are still flat against the mat. Let's lift our right heel, even weight on your shoulder blades, lower your right heel. Lift your left, pressing through your right as you lift your left heel, and then lowering back down. So trying not to let your hip shift side to side as you do this, just your right heel, and lower just that left, up, and lower. One more, right, and down. One more left, exhale, back down, and then roll all the way down to the mat. So pressing each vertebra down one at a time, come down to neutral, lower those arms, take a breath. So you can keep your weights handy if you want, just have your palms facing up. We're gonna come back up into that hip roll. So belly button to spine, press through your heels and lift. So here I'm thinking about my knees reaching away from the top of my head. So I have that oppositional pull in my body. Knees, head reach this way. Spine is lengthening because of that oppositional pull. Try and keep that working. Also, think about your inner thighs. Even though your knees are not touching, think about your inner thighs squeezing towards one another as if you have a ball or a block there, all right? You'll see why we don't just put one there in a sec. So we're gonna lift our right heel, hold it there. Left knee is still really reaching away from the top of my head. Left inner thigh is squeezing toward my midline. I'm gonna pop that right leg up to tabletop. So my hips are even. Stay right here. We're gonna drop our hips and then we're gonna lift them back up. So our hips come down together. It's my left glute working to lift me back up. Go for 5. Go for 4. Notice if you're pressing into your arms. If you feel like you are, you can reach your arms up. 3. Press through that left heel. 2. And if anyone feels their back, just bring your toes down. Just keep them light. That's absolutely fine. Last one. Stay there. Now from here, we're going to reach this leg and then we're going to pull it back in. So reach it long and then pull it back in. Again, if you feel your back, good way to combat that is to keep those arms wide on the mat. Just, they will provide a little bit of stability. You could be here, wherever feels good. 3 more. Keep that left heel pressing into the mat. Don't let that left glute drop. Last one. Back in, lower those toes, toe, ball, heel. Roll all the way down. Come to neutral, take a breath. And then let's come back up. Belly button to spine, exhale, press, holding there. So you can start with your arms down and work your way up to arms up if you want. Left leg lifts. So remember, all our weight is into that right heel, right glute is working to hold us up here. From here, drop hips. Right knee reaches away from the top of my head, drop, and lift. Right inner thigh is squeezing towards my midline. If you want that extra challenge, arms can come up. Go for 4. Exhale, pressing. 3, all about that right glute. 2. Last one, exhale up, stay there, reach long, and then pull in. Remember, if you feel your back, bring your arms down, keep them wide. Go for 5, it's still tons of work. You don't want to feel your back, you don't want to let your hip drop or lift. Go for 3. And then go for 2. And in last one, exhale out. Inhale, back in, lower those toes, balls, heels. Roll all the way down to the mat. And then stay there. Hands behind your head. So elbows hover off the mat a little bit. You're still neutral, so you have your little space behind your low back, ribs still tight. Inhale as you nod that chin. Heel up to flexion and stay there. So taking a nice breath here, you're looking towards your knees, your tailbone is heavy. Rib cage slid down towards the top of your hip bone, so you're really nice and connected through the front of your body here. From here, just slowly come back down, so lengthening your spine as you lower. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Barely touch, and then come back up. Nod. Hold, and then again, slow and controlled all the way down. Let's do it again. Nod. Take a breath, controlling the movement as you come down. Lengthening, top of your head reaches away from that tail. 3 more. Tuck. Get to your highest point, keeping your glutes relaxed. No movement below your belly button. Last 2. Tuck that chin, curling. Slow and controlled, coming back. And then 1 more. Let's tuck your chin. Heel up and stay. So you're looking towards your knees. Take a breath. You're going to lift your right heel. You're going to lift your left heel. So you're light on your toes. All right. From here, we're going to bring our right leg to tabletop. Don't move your upper body. And then lower those right toes down and then go left. Lower with control. So your right leg comes to tabletop. Your left hip stays heavy. Upper body is lifted. Slow as you come down. Now left. And inhale down. Go right again. Exhale up. Inhale down. And left. So an exercise in stability, keeping your body totally still. You ready for an extra challenge? You're going to bring your right leg up. Hold it up. Now reach your right leg out. Lower your upper body slightly. Keep your core connected. And then curl forward. You've got 5 more like that. Inhaling out. Lengthen. And 4. Keep that left hip nice and heavy. 3. Exhaling in. Last 2. Reaching. Last 1. Inhale out. Exhaling up. Hold there. Lower your right toes down. Lower your heels. Lower your upper body. Take a breath. We're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to alternate, and then we're going to stick with just our right. Or sorry, just our left. Tuck that chin again. Holding there, lift your left heel first this time. Then lift your right, staying there. So upper body is going to stay totally still. It's an isometric hold to start. Left leg lifts. Left leg lowers. Right leg lifts. Right leg lowers. No change in your body. It's just these legs lifting to tabletop and gently tapping down. And control. You got 2 more each side. And go right. And down, last 1 left. And down, last 1 right. And down, now go left up, hold it there. You ready? You're gonna stretch that leg out nice and long. Lower your upper body slightly and then curl all the way up. You've got 5 more. Keep your right toes light. Right hip heavy. Go for 3, lengthen and curl. Go for 2, lengthen and curl. 1 more, inhale back. Holding there, lower your left, lower those heels, lower your upper body all the way down. Take a breath, hug those knees in, have a little roll around. All right, and then straighten your legs right underneath you. So nice straight line, toes reaching away from the top of your head. Just about hip distance apart. Watch your knees, they will probably want to roll out a little bit. Keep your knees pointing right up to the ceiling. All right, and then let's pop our hands on our hips. So we want to try and keep our pelvis as still as we can, not let things shift side to side. So really make sure your feet are hip distance apart, even a little closer. The wider you go, the harder it is. Start together, and then you can gradually open wider if it feels good. All right, so from here, all we're going to do, we're going to keep our body, our torso still. Abs are going to be engaged, so pull that belly button towards your spine, and then press your left hip in towards the mat. So as you do that, feel the work coming from the front of your body. Your left obliques are working to keep that left side connected, and then reach out through your right toes, lift your right leg up, maybe 4 inches or so. Hold when you're there. Feel how your weight wants to shift right. Don't let it. Keep your left side heavy and then slowly lower right back down. Do the same thing left. So press that whole right side down, float that left up, and then inhale down. Now do that again, right. Pelvis stays still, and left. It's probably gonna be much easier to stay even on one side. It's much easier for me when I lift my right leg, my left obliques are stronger. And then I lift my left. I really have to concentrate to keep my right side heavy. Lower back down. Don't lift your legs too high. The higher you go, actually, the easier it is. Up and control. Go one more left. Control. And then stay there. Now bring your hands behind your head. So tuck your chin. Peel up and stay. So now you've got a great view of what's going on with your hips. You're not going to want to let anything shift. Same thing. Lift your right up that little bit. Left side stays heavy. Come up an extra inch with your upper body, and then lower your right down. Now press your right hip into the mat, and left leg lifts, come up an extra inch, and then lower back down. Do that again, right? And control, nice small little movement left. And control, go again, right. Exhale up, and inhale back, and then go left. One more right. Just those few inches. One more left. Lower that heel. Now bend your right leg all the way into tabletop. Staying now, that left side stays nice and long. Left hip stays heavy. Now from here, we're going to rotate towards this right bent leg. Left shoulder off the mat. As you twist, hold. Left ribs towards the top of your right hip. Left hip must stay heavy. Don't let it lift. And then come back through center. So do that again. Left ribs towards the top of your right hip. Hold, and then back through center. Now reach your leg. Lower your upper body slightly. As you bring your leg in, rotate. Left ribs to the top of your right hip. Back, out. Go for 6 more like this. Inhale out, exhale in. If you want a little more, reach those left fingertips out. Come all the way in, reach to the outside of your right leg. Go for 5. Go for 4. Inhale, nice and slow and controlled. Left side of your body stays heavy. 3. Last 2, reaching and in. Last 1, reaching and in. Bring that left hand back. Send your right leg out. Lower your upper body all the way down. So take a breath. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So tuck that chin gently. Toes are reaching, so keep that idea of length through your body, holding here. Right side of your body stays heavy. Pull that left leg into tabletop, holding right there. Okay, so we're going to start with that little rotation. Exhale across, and then inhale back. So my right ribs are coming towards the top of my left hip. Inhale back. Go for 6. Control as you come back. Go for 5. And control. 4 more. And out. Last 3. Control. 2. And out. Last 1. Exhale, twist. Inhale back through center. Stay. Now reach that left leg nice and low. Keep your right hip heavy. Reach your right fingertips away from your left toes. All the way in, across. Lengthen back. Right hip stays heavy. Really think about that. 6. Go for 5. Go for 4, reach. 3, reaching. And last 2, reach long. Right hip stays heavy. And across. Last 1, reach. Left hand back. Send that left leg out. Lower your upper body all the way down. All right, take a breath. Hug those knees and have a little roll around one way. And roll the other. And then let's come up to our side. So I'm going to give you an option, a couple options actually. Keep a weight handy. My time. Okay. So we're gonna start with our left elbow under our left shoulder if you want. So it's really important when we're here that our left ribs stay lifted. So if you have a shoulder issue at all, let's just come down here, just for regular side line. Have your heels underneath your sitting bones. If you're keeping your elbow down, have your heels underneath your sitting bones if you're up here as well. If you're on your elbow, really important that you don't just let your left ribs drop down. You need to keep them lifting so your body is in alignment. So left elbow under your shoulder, left ribs stay lifted. And we're a horrible shirt to show this. And then your hips are in line with your shoulders, right? So your hips aren't shifted either. Nothing's kind of out of alignment there. So from here, whether you're up or down, so if you're down, you're only gonna move your leg. If you're up like I am here, we're gonna lift our hips as we move our leg, okay? So we're gonna go up and kick. So kind of coming into a kneeling side plank there, and then pull back in. So again, if this bothers your shoulder, just lie flat, just do the leg. And in, you got it. Go 6 more. Exhale, reach those toes away from the top of your head, and 5. So we got lots of serratus and lats here working. Left obliques as we kick that right leg. And in, go for 3. And in, go for 2. And back, you're ready, 1 more. Out, and then stay there. Now circle this right leg around. So if your neck bothers you, just look down, that can relax it. Go for 4, 3, keep those left ribs lifting. 2, hips stay nice and still. Last 1, go the other way. Go for 6, and 5, 4, keep that left elbow pressing. 3, 2, last 1, bend that leg in and then lower all the way down. Lower right down onto your left side if you're not there already. So heels still underneath your sitting bones. Now from here, lift that knee up. So you're up in your clamshell as high as you can go. Slow and control down and then go right back up. Inhale down, so go 8, exhale, control, 7, control, 6 more, control, wrapping that glute back, 5, get to that highest point, 4, and down, last 3, and down, last 2, and last 1, let's go up, stay at the top. You're gonna go right into a teeter-totter, knee down, foot up, keeping your hips totally still, and then switch. So your range of movement doesn't matter. It's all about keeping your hips still. So if you can only move a tiny bit, but you're keeping your hips still, that's what I want. That's way better than having a huge range of movement and letting your hips move. Tons of abs here, keeping your pelvis still, right? Go for 4, and 3, keeping that spine nice and long. Last 2, and switch, ready, 1 more. And switch, and then reach that right leg all the way out. So reaching toes away from the top of your head. You're in a nice long line. You're going to draw rainbow. So toes down to the front edge of your mat. Come up, that's the top of your rainbow. Toes down to the back edge of your mat. So again, the range or the size of your rainbow doesn't matter. It's all about keeping your pelvis still. Up and down and up and down. Go 4 more. And switch. And 3, don't touch all the way down. That would be a break. We don't need that. Moving your thigh, forget about your knee and your foot. And switch. Last 2. Back and forward. Keep those left ribs lifting. Last 1. Back and forward. And then reach those toes right out underneath you. Hold there. Now you're going to draw a U. So up to the front edge of your mat. Down. Up to the back edge of your mat. You ready? That's 7 more. Up. And switch. Keeping your hips still. Up. Of course, your range of movement does not matter. Keep those hips still. You've got 5. And up. 4. And up. 3 more. Feeling that glute, I hope. Last 2. and up, and then one more. Up, and up, and then bend that leg all the way in and lower right down. Take a breath. Okay, if you have a weight, pop your weight between your ankles. I think you all have weights. If you have a weight that you can put between your ankles, a dumbbell works fine, a hand weight works fine. A can, if you're using a can or a bottle, it might not work. You don't have to use a weight if you have a can or bottle. You don't have to use a weight even if you have one that will work, but let's try this. So knees are pointing straight ahead, legs right underneath you. So your toes reaching from the top of your head and those left fingertips. Left ribs are lifting. Right hand can be in front of you. Just try not to put all your weight into it. Reach through your toes and then lift your legs. And then hold there, kind of at your highest point, keeping your left ribs lifting. Got that? So your left inner thigh is holding the weight, right? Does that make sense? Lower with control and then lift. So it's your left inner thigh that's the primary mover here. Inhale down. If you can have your hand on your hip, that's great. That'll make your abs work a little harder. Go for 5. And 4. Inhale. Squeeze up. 3. Inhale. Squeeze up. Go for 2. 1 more. Control. Exhale as you squeeze, holding there. If you're using the weight, you will probably feel your obliques quite a bit more. You'll also feel that inner thigh a little bit more. Go up 1 more inch. Hold. And down an inch. 1 more inch up. Hold. 1 inch down. Just small. Go 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Squeezing up. Take a nice breath. Hold here. Reach a little further. Keep reaching for 6. Reach for 5. Reach for 4. Left rib stay lifting. 3, 2, and 1. Slow and controlled all the way down. Awesome. Get rid of that weight. Come right on up. We're going to flip over to the other side. So remember on your elbow if that felt good for you, or else lying flat here. Heels are pretty much in line with your sitting bones. You're neutral. Left elbow under your left shoulder. Not letting your, this is all right. Right elbow under your right shoulder. Right ribs are not low, like dropping. Keep your right ribs lifting. Gosh. Okay, say that. I need tattoos on my hands that say right and left. It's just crazy. Okay, so we're gonna press into our right elbow and we're gonna lift up and kick that leg. So we're gonna do that all in one movement. So drop down, control, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down. I always blame my left and my right, so I'm looking at people, but I can't really do that now. I'm looking at everybody in my class. Go for 5. Go for 4. It's all me. I just can't do my right and my left. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Stay out there, so keep the pressure through your right elbow. Bring your gaze down to the mat and circle. Go 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep those right ribs lifting. 4, 3, 2. Hold, other way. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep them lifting. 2. Hips stay still. Last 1. Bend that leg in. Lower all the way down. So you're going to lower right down. Right ribs stay lifting. Keep your heels together and then right into a clamshell. So get to your highest point that you can keep your hips stacked and then control. And control. Go 8. Exhale. Inhale down. And 7. And down. 6 more. And down. Last 5. Control. Last 4. Control. Last 3. Last 2. Ready? 1 more. Exhale up. Get to your highest point. Stay there. Ribs, shoulders, all square to the way you're looking. Knee down, foot up for a teeter-totter. And switch. Switch. Go for 6. Lower. and 5, 4, and switch, last 3, and switch, last 2, last 1, and switch, and then lower all the way down, take a breath. Now you're gonna reach your left leg out. Toes reach away from the top of your head or from your right fingertips, holding there. The about hip height should be as low as you go for the top of your rainbow. You're gonna drop your toes down to the front edge of your mat, come up, and then down. So try to keep your rainbow not really low. You wanna be above hip height. Up, and switch. Up, and switch. Go for 4, and back. Go for 3, up, and back edge of your mat. Last 2. Last 1. And back, and then come back to the middle, so about hip height, and then up to the front edge of your mat for you, up to the back edge. Up, and up. You got 6, 5, and up. 4 more, and up. 3, and up. Last 2, and up. Last 1, and up, and then bend that leg all the way in. Grab your weight if you used it between your ankles on the other side. Squeeze it right in there. Above your ankles is usually a good spot. And then reach your toes out. So really thinking length, right fingertips are reaching away from your toes. Now it's your right inner thigh that's the primary mover here. So even before you lift, think about that. Like your left leg is dead heavy weight. You have that extra weight of your weight in there. So it should be that right inner thigh really working. Right ribs stay lifted as you lift. So hold when you're up there. If your hand is down, fine. Try not to put too much weight into it. And if you want that extra challenge, try and bring your hand onto your hip. Or even up here. Inhale as you lower. Exhale up. So controlling down, barely touch, and squeeze. Controlling down and squeeze. You have 6 more. Your right ribs will stay lifting the whole time. And 5, 4, 3, exhale, squeeze. 2, last 1, exhale, squeeze, and lift. Hold there, reach a little further, and then go up an inch. Hold, down an inch. Don't let your right ribs press. Up 1 more inch, and down go 6, and 5, 4, squeeze, 3, squeeze, 2, last 1, squeeze it up, hold there, take a breath, and then nice and slow, holding 8, we're gonna lower down gently, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop. Grab that weight, pop it off to this side, come onto your back, holding here. Let those inner thighs just have a little bit of a stretch out. You can have the soles of your feet together, just in a little butterfly. Knees fall open. Taking a nice couple of breaths here. Okay. So knees open, just totally relaxing through those inner thighs. You're gonna bring your hands behind your head. So inhale, tuck that chin, exhale, peeling up to flexion. So still in neutral. Now from here, bring just your right leg in without letting your weight shift to the left. And then open back out, and then go left. Left leg in without letting your weight shift right. And then back. Do it again. And out. So we often do these knee drops starting in the middle. It's a little harder starting open, right? So the name of the game is keep those hips totally still.
Doesn't matter how far your leg comes in, just really focus on that hip staying evenly weighted. You're gonna go one more left. Back, hold there. Now bring both legs together and hold. Take a breath. Now from here, lower that upper body nice and controlled. Open your right leg out. So this is where we normally do them. And then bring that right leg in, upper body up. Now left opens, upper body drops, right side of your body stays heavy. Again, switch. Inhale back. Exhale up. One more left like this. Head is heavy in your hands. If you're feeling your neck, let your head go a little bit more. One more right. Keep that right leg out. Left hip stays heavy. You're ready, you're curling up for 6 like this. Exhale 5, keep your legs still. Exhale 4, left hip stays heavy. 3, 2, last one, exhale up, stay there. Now bring your right elbow down towards your right knee. So a little side crunch, still lifted. And then come back to center. Exhale, little side crunch. Back to center, go 6. And back, 5. And back, 4 more. Last 3. Last 2, keep that left hip heavy. Last 1. Back to center, right leg in, lower your upper body, take a breath. And then we'll do the same thing other side. So again, tucking that chin, holding here. Left leg is gonna float open, right hip stays heavy. Keep your leg as wide as you can, keep your right knee pointing up and your right hip heavy. Inhale back, exhale up. So your legs stay locked in position. Inhale. Inhale back, right hip heavy and curl. Go for 5. 4, 3, exhale, curl. 2, curl. Last 1, exhale up, stay there. Left elbow towards your left knee. Exhale, little rotation and back for a little side bend. And back, go for 6. Left ribs closer to your left hip. And back, still keeping your upper body up. 5, control. 4, control. 3, control. Last 2, keep that right hip heavy. I know one still lift. Last 1. And back, leg in. Lower your upper body all the way down. Good job, guys. Hug those knees in again. Have a little roll around there. And then stretch your legs right out. So reaching toes away from the top of your head. Squeeze those legs right together. Arms up to the ceiling. We're gonna come into full roll up. So arms reaching, ribs stay tight around your center. Nice and controlled. Tuck your chin, belly button to spine. Curl, reaching all the way out to those toes. Stack up tall, and then melt back. Belly button to spine, rolling, rolling, rolling. Reach those arms overhead. We're gonna add a leg to this. If you want, you can keep both legs down. Or when your shoulder blades lift your right leg up. Hold there, you can go here as well. Or feels good, you're gonna just stay in that little half scoop and then roll back. Belly button to spine. As your shoulder blades touch, your right heel should touch. Same thing, left. Tuck that chin, shoulder blades lift. Left leg lifts, holding, and then scoop back. Belly button to spine, rolling back. Reach toes from the top of your head. Let's go right. Tucking. Right up, holding, lengthen that spine. Rolling, 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 reaching. And then go left. Right hip stays heavy, left up, holding there. Slow and controlled. You can keep alternating. We're gonna do 2 more. You can either alternate, keep both legs down, or you can try to lift both legs. Tuck your chin. We'll do the first one with bent legs, holding there. Take a breath, reach those arms up, slow and controlled. Press those lowest 2 vertebrae towards the mat. Start reaching your legs as your shoulder blades touch, and then your heels touch. And try a full teaser. Arms up, tuck that chin, belly button to spine, lift those legs, holding when you're up there. Take a nice deep breath. and then slow and controlled lower. Now lowering is even harder. Rolling, shoulder blades touch, heels touch, reach. Lovely, everybody. And then come up to a 4-point kneel. Hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Take a nice couple of breaths. So feel your core connect. Think about that belly button pulling in towards your spine. All right. Knees right underneath your knees. Knees right underneath your knees. Knees right underneath your hips. You know what I mean? Okay, so before we do anything with our legs, we're just gonna see what's gonna happen with our shoulders. So I'm gonna show you, or with our elbows. We're gonna bend our elbows. Nothing should happen with your shoulders. Keep your elbows tight by your side. Your hips shift back slightly as you do this. And then press into the palms of your hand, a little bit into your thumbs as you come back up. So bending those elbows, so that's triceps, your hips move back slightly. It doesn't need to be a big bend. And then press and up. So let's do that again. Inhale down. And go one more like that. Holding there. So you're gonna kick your right leg out. Lift it up and hold. Ready? You're gonna do 6 this way. Inhale down, your right leg can lift a little higher as you do that. And then back. Go for 5. Forehead comes down towards the mat, don't let your neck arch. Go for 4. 3. Last 2. Ready, one more. Control. Bend that leg in, take a breath. Same thing left, kick your left out, lift it up, not letting your weight shift right, holding there, core is connected. Bending, left leg lifts a little higher, and press through those palms and your thumbs as you stand up. Go for 5. 4 more. Forehead comes down, keep that neck long. 3. Elbows stay tight to your sides. 2. Nice and slow, really make those triceps work. Last 1, inhale down. Exhale up, bend that knee in, open those knees a little wider if you want, and then sit yourself back to a shell stretch. Give your wrists a little shake, if that feels good. All right. Nice shake for those wrists. And then we're gonna come back up. So hands back underneath your shoulders. If you want, you can do this on your elbows, or you can go like this if your wrists bother you. We just have a couple more we're gonna do here. So kick your right leg out, lift it up to about hip height and hold there. So you're reaching your toes away from the top of your head, finding that length for your entire body. Ribs are tight around your center so you're not arching one way or the other. All we're gonna do is bend that right knee in towards in beside your left, kick it back out and then squeeze up. So you're squeezing from right underneath this glute. You're not pressing into your knee. It's just down. So if you're on your hands or your knuckles there, not on your elbows, you can add an arm to this. So bring your arm in with your leg and then reach. Bring it in, pause, kick up, squeeze without arching your back. Go for 5. Watch your right elbow. And squeeze. 4 more. 3. In. Squeeze. Last 2. In. Last 1. In. And squeeze. Come all the way in. Take a breath. Switching to the other side. Kick your left right out. Don't let your weight shift right. Lift that leg, holding their toes reach from the top of your head. Bend in right beside your right. Kick out and squeeze. So in, you can use that arm if you want. In, controlling the movement, especially on the way in. It's easy to let your hips shift. Take your time for 5. Nice long necks. 4. 3, keep that right knee pressing into the mat for stability, watching your left elbow isn't locking. Last 2. And in last 1, get that extra squeeze up there, all the way in. Again, open those knees, sit yourself back. Give those wrists a little twist. Shoulders roll away. All right. Okay, and then one more we're gonna do, we're gonna have our left elbow down this time. So more of your weight is on this left forearm than into your wrists, of course. Right hand can be down for a little extra stability. Start with your knees hip distance apart, and then kick your right leg out, lift it up. So you're gonna bend your right knee. It's gonna come to the outside of your left. You're not gonna let your hips shift as you do this. So I'll show you again, right knee to the outside of your left, and then bring this leg out, turn it the opposite way. So your right knee now points to the right side. Right knee points left, that's a medial rotation. Right knee points right. Got it? So as you're doing this, constant pressure into your left forearm. Go for 5 more. In. Feel how those abs have to work so your hips don't shift side to side. Go for 4. In medial, out, lateral. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Kicking out, stay there. Now just a tap in lateral and a lift. Tap, reaching as you tap and lift. Keeping your hips lifted. Don't let your hip drop with your leg. Go for 5. I'm thinking about lifting my tailbone up to the ceiling as my leg is dropping down so that my tailbone actually won't drop. Go for 4. Go for 3. Last 2. Exhale, lift. Last 1. Exhale, lift, and then bend that leg in. Sit yourself all the way back. We might go a minute or 2 over. I think we started a minute or 2 late though. We didn't let you log in there. I don't know what was happening. All right, so if you need to go, I won't be offended. But let's make sure we're even, okay? So we're gonna drop our right arm this way, actually. Right elbow will drop down this time. Hips are even, so not letting everything shift because your elbow is down. Press your left leg back, lift it up to about hip height. Right knee is under your right hip. Left knee comes across, so it's medially rotated and then laterally rotated as you kick up. So in. So your hips can move a little bit here. Try not to let them just like dance around though. Knee comes in, you're still stabilizing through your pelvis. Laterally rotate, your hip opens up a bit. In. You got it. 5 more. In, abs deepen, kick. Go for 4. 3. Last 2, in. Last 1, in. Kicking out, stay there. Now lower, keeping those hips lifted and up. So again, I'm thinking about keeping my tailbone lifting up towards the ceiling, especially as my leg drops. Control and up. Go for 5. Control, constant pressure through this right elbow, your right knee. Last 2. Last 1. And then bend that leg and sit yourself back again. Weight right back to those heels. All right, give those wrists a little shake. We're gonna come into a plank. So kick your right foot back, don't worry, it's gonna turn into a stretch here. Right foot back, left foot back, feel the top of your head reaching from those heels. We're just gonna bend our right knee, almost touch it, don't let your hips move. And shake your shoulders, there we go. And kick, and then go left. So keeping that core connected, bending in. Hips stay even and left. Bending in. 1 more right. Exhale, reach out through your heel. 1 more left. Holding there, pick those abs up, press yourself all the way back to that downward dog. Holding when you're there. Heels press nice and low. Palms pressing into the mat. Tail is reaching up. And then shift your weight forward, back into that plank. Pull your right knee into your chest. Turn your leg out, and then drop down for a little hip stretch here. Letting that right knee turn out to this side so you can really get a stretch there. Whew. Nice couple of deep breaths. All right, and then curl those toes under. Step your right foot back, so you're in a plank again, left knee in, turn it out, and then do the same thing here. So yeah, come down as far as it feels good. Front hips, so that's kind of as far as I can go today. Just think of letting go through that left hip as you exhale. Just relaxing through there. One more nice big breath. And then curl those right toes under again, step your left back. Pull those abs in as you press back, and that is gonna run away from me, I think. Walk your hands into your feet. Hang in that forward fold, have a little head rock back and forth, and then press down into those heels, and you're gonna roll yourself all the way up, shoulders down and away from your ears, and you are all finito, guys. Thank you, hope that felt good. Nice to see you all.
Thanks, Lindsay. That was great.
You're most welcome. Have a good week, guys.
You too.
I'll see you on Monday. Okay.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Bye.